Hi, I'm Caley Anderson with Collaborative Drug Discovery, and we're here in the Bullpen kicking off the inaugural Pitch Fest in Minneapolis. I'm here with Ted Snelgrove from FormaPath's. Ted, what brought you here today?
I am leading a company that's in a close partnership in developing novel technology for anatomic pathology labs at the Mayo Clinic in Rochester. And a lot of the participants in the Bullpen, both companies and investors, have direct experience either working with Mayo itself or as part of some of the companies that have spun off over time or that have invested in those companies. So for us, given our focus, it's a good place for us to come and meet investors and other potential collaborative partners. And so that's why this makes sense for us today.
Awesome. Love to hear that. So let's talk a little bit about FormaPath and what's on the horizon. What are you working on?
FormaPath is exclusively focused on what's called pre-analytic tissue management in the anatomic pathology lab, which is where tissue goes. When it goes downstairs, specimens go downstairs. Most of them are blood or urine, and they go to what's called the serology laboratory, where there's a lot of liquid handling robots. And over the last 20 years, a lot of modernization, a lot of that information is now digitized. There's fewer people in the room than there used to be 20 years ago because of all the machines, which is great because there's fewer employees available to do these things today. So there's a real labor shortage in all labs, significant labor shortage. It's been going down for 10 years, and they can't recover that anytime soon. So there's a huge impetus to automate. But the tissue side has sort of been left in the dark. They have about a 40-year technical deficit to work off at this point because a lot of the processes have not been modified since the 60s or 70s, literally. And they've managed it by scaling in a linear fashion, adding more people and trying to squeeze more out of their space in the hospital, but they can't do it anymore. The volumes are too high, the case volumes and the expectations of the labs in terms of the quality of the data that they generate and their ability to provide an annotated audit trail of what happened to the specimen all the way back to the surgical suite when it was resected. They can't do any of that today. So that's about to change. Mayo believes in that. They've created this lab of the future concept that over the next 10 years, they want to put their fingerprint on a whole bunch of solutions that will comprehensively change how all these labs operate to bring them into the 21st century, finally, if you will. It's 2024. They should get there eventually and also be able to support the rest of the healthcare system. As I was saying in my talk a minute ago, 70+% of all medical decisions are dependent on one or more lab test results for the decision to be made. And if the decision-making is compromised by bad input data, then you got garbage in, garbage out. And that's so a huge problem for all of medicine is how do we fix the labs? And otherwise, we don't have good information.
I was going to say the garbage in, garbage out.
Yeah.
You beat me to it.
All right.
So what would be your ask of the Bullpen community? How can we help you?
Well, I'm primarily here at the moment because we're in fundraising mode, like a lot of these companies that are having difficulty with the Series A investment market, which has been largely shut down now for going on 2 years. But we've been making a lot of success. We're a very successful company. We're moving into commercialization and all that. So, but we need to raise money this fall. Our next big inflection point for valuation is completion of our acceptance testing on the system we've built out at Mayo, which is in Q4. We have a bunch of investors teed up for that threshold, and we're needing to make sure we have enough gas in the tank to make sure we can get through that. So that's why I'm here raising money today. And I'm meeting with our partners in Rochester tomorrow, and they're also introducing me to investors in Rochester as well that they're also familiar with. So I'm here to raise money primarily. I'm also from Minneapolis, so I'm visiting with my sister and having a lot of fun here, catching up with old friends because this is where I come from.
Awesome. Well, wonderful. And I'm so happy that you decided to be with us today, and good luck on those upcoming meetings for your raise. If someone wanted to learn more about FormaPath, where would we direct them, or if they wanted to get in touch with you?
Well, we have a FormaPath.com asset that people can look at. It tells a lot about the company, including the people there. We have a fairly active LinkedIn information stream that's flowing from the company right now, and people can connect me there all the time. A couple times a day, I get pinged on LinkedIn by people who legitimately have something to say to me. So I'm open to those kinds of connections. We also have a info or an admin thing on our website, and a lot of that gets to me too. It's a small company. So anybody that writes the website and asks to talk to me will get to talk to me. So there's only 15 people in the company right now, so it's very manageable, and we're easy to connect with that way. Right now we're showing up at a lot of the conferences that are focused on like the labs themselves, like the U.S. College of American Pathology meeting, the American Pathology Foundation. We're going to a lot of meetings right now where we're meeting our pathology customers and helping them get comfortable with our technology.
Awesome. Well, Ted, again, thank you so much for being here with us today. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.